Finally, we are going to create that dashboard we have been prepping our data for. Hello data nerds, what's up? In this session, we are going to create that dashboard for which we have been cleaning the data, transforming the data, and prepping the data. You remember the cafe sales data? Actually, the dirty cafe sales data which we have been cleaning in past 2 sessions, that data has been cleaned, and now finally we are going to create a report out of it, which was the final agenda of all that cleaning and prepping process. So let's get started. This is the dashboard that we are going to create today. Okay, so we are on the reporting page and we have our data here, which has these columns. Now there's one thing which I need. We'll just go to table view and we'll see the data. We see that we have transaction date. I would like a column which will have just month's name. So in my report, I can actually create a chart which will show the monthly trends, like which month performed how and which month surged, which month dipped, which month was better for us, which month was not at all good for us. So the sales team can work upon it, right? But currently I see I do not have a month column. I just see a transaction date. So let's get that. I'll just go on home, I'll click on transform and I'll open my Power Query. Here, I have my transaction date. Now what do I want? I want to extract the month name, right? First thing, I do not want to delete this column. I want to retain it just in case if the management requires in future, okay? So I will select this transaction date and then I will click on add column. And after clicking on add column, you see this date section? There's a little drop down below this date. I'll click on that and then you see the month option. We have month option. If you click on month option, a little box will open. Again, I'll click on month from that box. And we'll have a newly custom column added, which will have months extracted. And yes, we got what we wanted. But there's a catch. I do not want my months to be shown like this. I'd like the names of the months like January, February. That will be easier for users. So I want that. So for that, I'll just click on month and again under add column, I'll click on custom column. A small dialog box will open where we are going to write this formula, which will actually convert the month numbers into month name. Now, let's just rename the column name, which will maybe month name, okay? It says no syntax errors have been detected. So the formula is correct. So I'll just click on OK. Again, I do not want to remove this month, so I would just add a new column which will have the month names. And yes, we have month name. Now it has September, May, and exactly the way we wanted. So we have things now what we wanted. So I'll just click on home and we'll land back to the reporting page. For that, we have to click close and apply. You'll have to wait for a couple of seconds while it loads the changes that we have made. So as you can see, so now the data has been loaded and you can see the new month name which we extracted we have under data section now. So yes, so we'll start creating the dashboard. So first you have to give a structure to your dashboard so it's clear in your head that what design you want to give to a dashboard, okay? For that, I'll just insert shape. I clicked on insert and then I'll click on shapes. I just want to add a rectangle shape, which will go something like this, okay? Again, one more rectangle shape I'd like to add in the top, which will go something like this. Now, I don't want this color, it's very tacky, so I'll change the color. I like to use this color. So just for your information, I'm using this color and the hex code of this is 12239E, okay? And for this, I would like a lighter shade and not the exact blue one. So I'll just click on fill and I'll take, this is a little lighter shade. I see there's a border around this rectangular shape, which I do not want. So I'll just click on this and I'll turn off this border. Okay, so now yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Now first thing I'll start creating is my KPIs. I want to show, now KPI cards are nothing but at one glance, it gives a view of the sales. Like it will tell you how many sales you have made, how much sales you have made, what is the total money that you have earned in that year, what is the average price, and things like that you put in KPI cards. So at one glance, whoever sees the dashboard will get an idea, okay? For that, I'm going to create the KPI. I'll just click on build. This will give you a bunch of options of visuals. So from this, I'm going to choose this card option, okay? Now just make the right shape and then, so now the question is what all things I want to add in the KPI. I would like to add first, and the very important thing, I'd like to show that how much sales we have made, which is nothing but total spend, right? So that will be our total spend. And then I'd like to show how many transactions we have made, So that will be total transactions ID. Okay, and then we have how much quantity we have sold. Again, I'll add this quantity. And I also want to show what is the average price per unit. So it will give an idea of what is the price range that we are moving into. We have sum of total spent. Okay, this transaction, so we wanted to count the transaction ID, but it has given the first transaction ID. We do not want that, so we'll just select this and right click, and this will show you first, last, count distant. So this is the option that we want to go with. So I'll just click on count distant, and now the number has changed. Then we have sum of quantity. Yes, we wanted to see how much quantity we have sold, which is 26k. And then we have sum of price per unit. Sum of price per unit is of no use. I wanted to see what is the average price that we are selling our products on. So I'll just right click on that and I'll click on average. So now 2.95 is the average price that we are selling our products on. Okay, so now we have our KPIs ready. Now let's do some formatting for this KPI. First, I just wanted to get rid of the white background color. I want to give the exact shade which I have in the above. So I'll just turn on the background, and I already have this color added. And now I'd like to change the value color as well, the text which I have written. So that is done. Now the second thing which I wanted is label. So label means nothing, but this is you see sum of total spend, count of transaction ID, things like that. Now I'd like to change them in the same blue color. I want to make it more catchy. I want to make it more attractive. For that, I'm looking for something, maybe accent bar. I'll just turn on the accent bar and show you what is it. This is, I'm going to choose the same color which we have. I'm going to increase the width. Okay, so you see this little blue line is coming before the text, and that looks good, right? So that is one thing. Now I want to give a little more space between the blue line and the text. So I just want to look for the padding. Maybe if I increase the padding, the distance between the blue line and the text increases, and now it looks neat. Yeah, so now this is done. Now you see this is white color surrounding this KPI. I do not want that, so I'll just see what is it. See, there's a background here which is filled with white. Maybe that is the reason. So I filled that background as well. Okay, so we have formatting of the KPIs done, and now it looks presentable and good, right? I'll just move this a little up. Now I want to create the charts. Okay, so the first chart which I will create is my line chart, because it's always good to create line chart if you have. And also one thing, it's very important to choose the right visual. If you have your agenda clear, that what do you want to show in charts, choose the right visual. So if you have months or years and you want to show the trends of the sales, I would suggest you to choose line chart. It actually shows the trends in a right way. So that's what I'm going to do. I have selected the line chart, and x-axis, which is nothing but the horizontal axis, there I'm going to select the month name, and and in y-axis I'm going to select the total spent. The y-axis I'm going to select the total spent as well as quantity. There's a problem I see the months are not sorted in the sequence. It shows the June, October, August. So you know what has happened? If you just click on these three dots, you would see a sort axis. If you click on sort axis, you'll see they have sorted this chart on the basis of sum of total spent. On that basis they have sorted. And it has been sorted descending, so that's why we see the highest sale we had was in June, and then October, and then August, and then January. That's how the chart has been sorted. But I don't want like that. I want it to be sorted as per sequence of month. So what will I do for that? So I'll just click on model view. I'll click on my data set. Then I'll select the month name, and this month name should be under advanced. You'll get this option sort by column. This month name should be sorted by month number. So now in the backend, my names, which is January, February, that will be sorted on the sequence number. Okay. So now you see January, February, March, April. Now the month has been arranged in the right sequence. So this is what I wanted. So first we'll create all the charts and then we'll do the formatting. Okay. Now I want to show, I'll create a donut chart. What was the total spent by location, what was the total spent by payment, and things like that. Here in the values, I want to show the total spent, and I want to go with location. This light blue color you see, this shows unknown. So we don't know this 39.72% came from which location. Yeah. So this dark blue says 22.64K, it has come from in-store, and 29.74% it has come from takeaway. So let's format it a little bit so it will be easier for us. Let's go to the title. So we'd like to see, I want to change the title. This will be sales by location. Okay. I want to make it bold. I want to make the text color like this. Okay. And then the legend, I want the legend to go in the bottom center, and the text of the legend should be a little smaller, so I'm making it 8. And the data labels, I do not want the value and the percentage both to appear. I think any one will do, so I'll just percent of total. So yeah, this looks better. And I also want to change the way it looks. So first let's change the color of the slices. So for unknown, I would go with this color, the color of which we are selecting. For in-store, I would go with maybe something lighter, and then again for takeaway, I would go even more lighter. Yes, so these are the colors that we have now. And I do not want this legend title to be there because we have already given sales by location, so I don't think we need any extra thing to be telling us that this is what. So I'll just go in legend, and I will turn off the title. Now the legend is gone. Okay, I mean the legend's title is gone. Now I'm looking for shadow, so I'll just go in size and style, and I'll click the shadow. I'll turn on the shadow, and I do not want black color. I'd like something the same blue color which I have been using. So now, yes, this looks fine. This is what I wanted. So again, I'll just copy this visual, I'll paste it, and now with the same formatting, I can just map the columns. So here we had locations. I do not want location because I'm showing in the first donut chart. In the second donut chart, I'd like to show it the payment method. So I'll just add the payment method in the legend. And yes, now we can see it has retained all other formatting. Just these slices colors have been changed because it had 3 slices, and now since we had 4 payment methods, that's why we got 4 slices. So we'll just change the slice color. For that, we'll just go in the slice and just search for slides. So here are the slices. I'll just go unknown. First I'll select the same blue color which I have been selecting for others. Okay, and then I'll go for digital wallet. I'll go and select the lighter color tone. The credit card, and select the even lighter color tone. Then I'll go for cash, which will have something like this. So yes, this is how it looks like. And of course I have to change the title because it still says sales by location. So I'll just go to the title. Do you see the title? Yes, sales by payment method. Okay, so we have sales by payment method, and now we are just going to add, we're going to retain it, just going to copy paste. We'll increase the size of the chart. We are not going to create the donut chart. Actually, we are going to move towards some other chart, and that will be clustered, and that will be maybe stacked bar chart. Okay, so now I do not want to show the sales by payment method. I want to show that what is the sales by items, which item has done more number of sales and which item has done lesser number of sales. Okay, that would give a better idea to the management people to decide that which item is actually working well, right? So in this bar chart, I would like to select the y-axis should be the item. Okay, so I'll remove the payment method and then I'll add the item. And yes, so it shows that the salad has done pretty well. After that we have sandwich, and then we have smoothie. Oh, looks like all S's have done really well. Fine, so that was one thing. I do not like this color of these bars, so I'm going to change that. Let me find the bars, and we have bars here, and a color which will be my favorite and same color which we have been using across the dashboards. And I want to get rid of the y-axis and x-axis title. No, I don't think we need this item and sum of total spend. We already know what is it, right? So I would just go in the y-axis and turn off the title. Okay, and then again I would go to the x-axis. Where is the x-axis? X-axis, yeah, x-axis here. I'll turn off the title here as well. Okay, so that is done. Now I'd like to change the title of the chart, which is of course not sales by payment method. It actually shows the items, which item has performed better and which item has not performed better. So I'll just go to the title and I will change the payment method to the title. Yeah, so now we have sales by title. So you see, we have sales by location, we have sales by payment method, we have sales by title, right? And do you think we need to do any extra kind of formatting? I think it looks pretty good. Don't you think so? Fine. In my line chart, I would like to do few more things. I do not want this x-axis and y-axis title. So for that, I'll just go in x-axis and I'll turn off the title, first thing. Then y-axis, turn off the title, second thing. Now, why do we have this legend title? Turn it off, no need at all. I turned off the legend title. I do not want these legends to be there on the top because it's not that much of important. So I'll just move them to the bottom center. Okay, now we have things here. This title, it says sum of total spend and sum of total. Okay, no, I would just go and change the title. I would write the correct title. So total spend and quantity by month. Not by month name, just by month. That is enough. Okay, now the title, I'd like to change the color of the title in the same color, and I want to make it bold here. Yes, so this looks good, doesn't it? Okay, where is the shadow of my line chart? I like to search for shadow, so turn it on. The color I'd like to choose is my blue color, and yep, it looks good. So I'd like to add the data labels, so I'll just go in the data labels and scroll down, data labels. Yeah, I'll turn it on, and yeah, now I can see the data labels which has been added. Yes, and it looks good. Now the second thing is, yeah, I'd like to add the data label of this bar chart as well. Yeah, data label is on, but currently it's outside of the bar, but I'd like to put it inside the bar somewhere. So let's search for the position. Do we have position? Scroll down, you have position. Yes, you have position, and the position should be inside end. So I'd like to inside of the bar and at the end. So yeah, this looks good. The bars look good, the line look good, the donut charts look good. Now I think we'll add a slicer. We'll add slicers for our users to choose the values from. So I'll just add slicers and select the slicer, and I'll map the column. So currently I'd like to map the payment method. Yeah, okay, so we have 4 payment methods and one is unknown, by the way. So we have legit 3 payment methods actually. Here I'd like to go to slicer setting, and I think I'll go with vertical list. Vertical list is better. Yeah, so this is how it looks. If you select vertical list, you'll be able to see all the values of the list. And if you want to go to the tile, this is how it looks, you know, in the tile shape, and in drop down you see like this. So yeah, I just showed you all 3 kind of slicer settings we have, but currently I think I'll go with the vertical list. So I'll just click on the vertical list, and The values are too big. I want to make it small. Wait, let me make it small. Go to values and I'll make it maybe 9. Yeah, 9 looks good. So 9 is good. Okay, what is the title doing here? I'd like to get rid of the title of the slicer. Header, slicer, header. Yeah, slicer, header, turn it off. Yep. And now fine, what is the background? Background doesn't look good. Change the background to maybe the color which I have. Yeah. Fine. This looks good. Place it in the middle. The placement is not right. Yes. So the placement is also done. I think I need to drag it down a little. Yeah. Placement is also done. Now I'll add the another slicer. This was one. I'll just copy this and paste it. And I'll copy it and I'll paste it. And I'll just change the mapping so we can have the same formatting. I'll remove this payment method and I'll add the location. I go to slicer setting, I choose tile because we have just 3 options, so tile will be better, you know. So we have tile chosen and the formatting is same. If I click on take away, the whole chart changes as per the take away. Great, right? So the slicers are done. Now I'd like to give a search button to my users so they can just search for the transaction ID they want to search. For that, I'd go to the slicer. I'll add transaction ID to the column, yes. And then I'll click on the 3 dots and I'll enable the search. You see a search button, right? I'll just enable that and then we have search, right? Make it small, place it there. Okay, get rid of the background. Then we first remove the slicer header, no use. Okay, I would like to go with the drop down setting, I guess. So I'll just select for the slicer setting and the drop down would be better. Yeah, so I select the drop down. Okay, the values are not visible. I'll make the font color white. Okay, so the font of transaction IDs went because the background is also white and the text is also white. Okay, we have to do something for that. So I'll just go to the background and I will select some other color. This color, let's choose this color. No, wait. I think I should go with a darker color. Yeah, I think I should go with a darker color. So I'll just select this. Yep, I think this looks good. This looks good. And this allows me to search as well. Let's search and check. TXN underscore 1000555. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can search. See, the value came, right? Great. I think we don't have the header of the dashboard, so title of the dashboard. So let's go to insert text box and give the title. Okay, I think it's cafe sales dashboard. Let's make it big, little bigger. Can I make it 24? No, I have space. I can make it a little more bigger. So I'll go with 40. Okay, 40 is too much, I guess. Okay, let's place it and see if it works or not. No, 40 is too much. I'd like to reduce the size. 32. Yeah, this looks good. Bold. I'll do this bold and the color I'll change. Fitting things. Okay, place it to the right. Wait, what is it? Place it to the right. Yep. Yes. Hey, this background looks off. Let's turn off the background of this text box. Yes. Now it looks good. I downloaded an image from Google, so I'll just insert that image. This image is added and let's make it small. This looks good. Yes, so this is what the final dashboard is looking like. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you learned how to create the basic dashboard. It was a very basic dashboard, and as you explore more, you would learn how to, you can be actually very creative with the dashboard. You can add the right visuals, but you'll have to remember the factors which actually matters in dashboard and what kind of visuals you are selecting to show what kind of data. That's very important. If you remember, I selected line chart in order to show the trends of the sales month wise, right? So you have to make that decisions while you, and that will come with experience. I don't think that will be, you'll be ready enough to make the right decision in the first dashboard only. Okay, so make as many dashboards as you want, and I'm assuming that you are creating this dashboard with me, so because that is the only way to gain experience. I'll somewhere pin the whole playlist link, so you can go ahead and check out the playlist, because we have covered everything. We have checked the Power Query, we have checked the desktop, we have clean data, and we have created a dashboard. So that playlist would be good for beginners, I guess. So yeah, check out that playlist and let me know if you found that useful.